The rain leaked through the rusty roof again. Drip. 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 17-year-old Will Afolabi lay awake on a tin mattress beside his coughing mother. The small room smelled of wet clothes, kerosene, and hopelessness. Outside, thunder shook the crowded streets of Ajegunle. Will clenched his fists. Every night was the same. No food. No electricity. No future. Meanwhile, online, boys his age posted bundles of cash, luxury cars, designer clothes, and expensive vacations. And every caption said the same thing. God did. But Will didn't believe that anymore. Because his mother prayed every day. And they were still poor. That night, his stomach growled so loudly his little sister woke up. "Mama. I'm hungry," she whispered weakly. Their mother turned away quietly so they wouldn't see her crying. Something broke inside Will that night. Not sadness. Not fear. Hope. And when hope disappears, desperation enters. 3 months later, everything changed the day Kayode returned. The same Kayode who once borrowed transport money from everyone. The same Kayode who used to wear torn sandals. Now, he stepped out of a black SUV wearing gold chains thick as ropes. People gathered immediately. Women whispered. Men stared in jealousy. Children ran after the car screaming. "Will. Isn't that your friend?" Will shocked. Kayode removed his designer sunglasses slowly and smiled. But something about the smile felt wrong. Cold. Empty. Not like the Kayode he knew. "Will, my guy." Kayode shouted loudly. "Come here." Will approached carefully. The smell of expensive perfume filled the air. "How far?" Kayode grinned. Will stared at the SUV. "How did you get all this?" Kayode laughed. "You still believe hard work makes people rich?" That sentence stayed in Will's head like poison. Before leaving, Kayode folded crisp 1,000 Nigerian Nairas notes into Will's hands. "Come see me tonight," he whispered softly. "And come alone." That night, Will entered Kayode's mansion with shaking legs. Air conditioning. Marble floors. Massive television. Everything looked unreal. Kayode sat casually beside 2 older men dressed completely in white. One of them wore strange rings on every finger. The room smelled heavily of incense. "You want money?" the old man asked calmly. Will swallowed hard. "Yes." "How badly?" Will hesitated. Then remembered his mother coughing blood. His sister sleeping hungry. The landlord threatening eviction. "Very badly." The old man smiled slowly. "That is good." Kayode leaned forward. "There are 2 kinds of poor people," he whispered. "The ones who suffer forever. And the ones willing to do anything." The room suddenly felt colder. The old man placed a black calabash on the table. Inside was dark red liquid. "Riches require sacrifice." Will's heartbeat exploded. "What kind of sacrifice?" Silence. Then the old man spoke softly. "Human blood." Will couldn't sleep afterward. His mind was drowning. Money. Power. Escape. But also fear. The next morning, his mother noticed his silence immediately. "Mama," Will asked slowly, "do you think poor people can become rich honestly?" His mother stopped washing clothes. "Yes. But what if life gives them no chance?" She looked directly into his eyes. "Will, never collect wealth that steals your peace." He forced a smile. But her next words nearly shattered him. "Money that comes with blood. Always ask for more blood." Will's body froze. "How did you know?" She interrupted gently. "I'm your mother." For 1 second, Will almost confessed everything. Almost. But then his phone buzzed. A message from Kayode. 'Midnight tomorrow. Don't disappoint us. The instructions were simple. Find someone. Bring them. No questions. No witnesses. Ko drove Whale through empty roads at midnight. Whale's palm sweated nonstop. What if we get caught, he whispered. Ko laughed. Poor people fear prison because they have nothing. Then he pointed toward a young bike rider fixing his motorcycle alone by the roadside. Perfect. Whale's breathing stopped. No. Ko grabbed his shoulder tightly. You want your family suffering forever? The bike rider smiled innocently when they approached. Boss, any problem? Whale looked into the young man's eyes. He couldn't have been older than 20. That was when we realized something horrifying. Victims never know their victims. The forest was silent. Too silent. Then came the scream. One scream. Short. Terrified. Human. Whale covered his ears. But it was too late. The sound entered his soul forever. The ritualists chanted loudly while fire danced around them. Ko smiled strangely. Whale vomited violently beside a tree. And deep inside, he realized something terrible. The money had already started costing him his humanity. 3 days later, 15 million Nigerian nairas entered Whale's account. He stared at the numbers in disbelief. His hands shook uncontrollably. It worked. It worked. Suddenly everyone respected him. The landlord apologized. Girls noticed him. Friends begged for help. His mother cried when he bought food for the house. But she kept asking one question. Where did this money come from? Whale avoided her eyes every time. Because no amount of money could silence the screaming in his head. Every night. He heard that bike rider begging. Every night. He saw blood. And every night. Ko kept saying. This is only the beginning. Wealth changed Whale quickly. New clothes. New phone. New attitude. But peace. Gone. Then one night, Ko arrived again. The elders are unhappy, he said. Whale froze. What do you mean? The sacrifice wasn't enough. Fear spread through Whale's chest. What else do they want? Ko stared at him silently. Then said softly. Someone close to you. The room became unbearably quiet. Whale stepped backward slowly. No. Ko's face darkened. You think ritual money is free? That same night, Whale dreamed of the bike rider. But his eyes were missing. Blood poured from his mouth as he whispered. You sold your soul for paper. Whale woke up screaming. Sweat covered his entire body. Then he noticed muddy footprints inside his room, leading to his bed. But the doors were locked. And beside his pillow was a dead blackbird. Meanwhile, police discovered the missing bike rider's body near the forest. The entire community panicked. Photos spread online. Parents warned their children not to stay out late. Rumors exploded everywhere. Ritual killing. Money cults. Yahoo boys. And then, security cameras captured Ko's SUV near the crime scene. Everything started collapsing. Whale rushed to Ko's mansion desperately. But police were already there. Sirens. Shouting. Chaos. Then Whale had the worst thing possible. Ko was talking to officers. And pointing directly at him. Whale planned everything. Whale's heart stopped. The same friend who introduced him had sacrificed him too. Whale ran. But guilt runs faster. Police caught him near an abandoned football field at sunrise. As officers dragged him into the van, crowds insulted him. Women spat at him. Men cursed him. Then Whale saw his mother standing silently among the crowd. The pain in her eyes destroyed him more than the handcuffs. Not anger. Disappointment. Prison smelled like sweat, rust, and regret. Inside his tiny cell, Whale finally understood the truth. The ritualists never planned to make him rich forever. They only needed desperate boys willing to destroy themselves. And once caught, they simply replaced them with another hungry young man. The cycle never ended. Weeks later, his mother came to visit him. Older now. Weaker now. She touched the glass slowly. Well, he burst into tears immediately. I wanted to save us. His mother shook her head sadly. You cannot build happiness on another person's tears. Then she whispered softly. Poverty is painful. But evil is more expensive. Months later, people still talked about Whale. Not as the boy who became rich, but as the boy who destroyed everything chasing quick wealth. And every parent in the community repeated the same warning to their children. Not every rich person slept peacefully to get there. Because sometimes, the fastest money leads to the slowest destruction. If you were poor, desperate, and someone promised you millions overnight, would you resist? Or would temptation win?